All right, halftime. Georgia-Auburn. Georgia's up 17-3. Still no touchdowns given up since that fourth quarter garbage time touchdown to South Carolina. Although Auburn, you did try hard. You did try hard there at the end of that first half going forward on fourth down, but that was just great coverage there by the Georgia DB. Perfect coverage. Pass broken up in the end zone. And Auburn sitting at 3 points heading into halftime. Georgia on top 17-3. Georgia gets the ball to start the second half. And let's be real. The only 3 points Auburn has was a gift from the referee. That was a fumble that Blow Dix had in the first quarter of that game on Auburn's first drive. That was a good drive by Auburn. 17 plays. They drove right down the field. Blow Dix starts running around for his life. Fumbles the ball. Picks it up. Fumbles it again. Georgia recovers it. They called it an incomplete pass. Horse shit. That was a fumble. He fumbled twice in one play. Only Blow Dix can do that, find a way to fumble twice in one play. Auburn got a gift there. They got the ball back when it should have been Georgia's ball. They went on and kicked the field goal. And for a little bitty tiny bit, the Barner man had a lead over the Dogs. And that'll be all we hear about when this game is over. It'll be similar to when, remember way back when Florida only lost to Alabama by 2 and all we heard about for 2 weeks was, we only lost to Florida by 2, Alabama by 2. Auburn will be talking about the 3 minutes that they were leading Georgia in the first quarter of this game 3-0. So, but Georgia comes back, kicks field goal, ties it up, and then scores 2 more touchdowns. They're on top 17-3. Stetson Bennett is what he is. He's made some decent plays. He's some underthrows. He's made some bad plays. He hasn't done anything yet to really cost us anything. But it's just with Stetson Bennett out there, I'm nervous every single play Stetson Bennett is out there. But the defense is playing okay. I don't think this is the best game that Georgia's defense has played. Auburn has got some plays on us offensively. Watching Bo Nix run around and complete passes reminds me of when Georgia played LSU, not in 2019 in the SEC title game, but in 2018 when we played them in the regular season. And it just seemed like every single play we were about to sack Joe Burrow, and somehow he would escape and hit a 15-yard pass. Blow Dix has done some of that in this game. He's also done a lot of running around like a chicken with his head cut off and come this close to making the worst football play you've ever seen. Auburn fans' butthole must clench up so tight every single time Blow Dix starts running around, because it constantly seems like Blow Dix is 1 second away from making the worst football play of all time. And every once in a while he gets lucky and completes a pass, but the guy's a maniac and he's just not very good. Honestly, you know what Blow Dix reminds me of? Blow Dix is Johnny Manziel with half the talent and none of the coke problem. That's what Blow Dix is. He's Johnny Manziel with half the talent and none of the coke problem. We all know he's only starting because his daddy was a below-average quarterback for Auburn in the 90s or late 80s, whatever it was, late 80s, early 90s. Nepotism. Blow Dix is not very good. Barn tries to go for it there on fourth down at the end of the first half. Didn't work. Georgia's defense, we don't give up touchdowns. You got a field goal, that's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about my score prediction. My score prediction was 34-13. Georgia's got half of 34 right now. 17. Auburn needs to step it up in the second half. Maybe score 1 touchdown and another field goal. That would give me my 34-13. But Georgia's going to win this game. That's all there is to it. What else is on? Florida State's beating North Carolina. The Tar Heels, man, if you lose to Florida State, you should be forced to shut your program down for 6 months. That's how embarrassing that is. You should just be forced to do that. BYU's losing, but who's surprised by that? BYU's a terrible team. Boise State's beating them 20-10. So this is surprising to me. Penn State is winning 17-3 over Iowa in Iowa. I thought Iowa would be able to get it done against Penn State at home. I thought it would be a close game. And I said, if it was in Penn State, I'd pick Penn State. It's in Iowa, so I'm going to go with Iowa. Penn State's all over them 17-3. So that's a little bit surprising. Wake Forest, are they the ACC's last remaining unbeaten team? Boy, the ACC is a disaster. And now Wake Forest, the ACC's lone undefeated team, is busy losing to the Fruit. That's right, Wake Forest is losing to Syracuse right now. And shout out to Oklahoma and Texas and Arkansas and Ole Miss. The two best games of the year. The two best games of the year on at the same time, ending at almost the same time. Two amazing games. I would rewatch that Ole Miss Arkansas game 100 times. The best game I've seen all year. And the Oklahoma Texas game, man, if you're Texas, you've got to be miserable right now. Dominating Oklahoma. Texas scored on its first two offensive plays of the game. With 14 minutes to go in the first quarter, Texas was up 14-0. I think at one time they were up 38-10 and end up losing the game at just a total second half, mostly fourth quarter collapse by Texas. And Oklahoma comes back and wins the game. So shout out to Oklahoma. And again, Ole Miss. Ole Miss and Arkansas, man, shit. If they played 10 times, that thing would be 5-5, wouldn't it? That was an amazing game, that Arkansas and Ole Miss game, that back and forth thing. The fourth quarter of that game was just wild. What a great game. Anyway, Georgia's just way better than Auburn, like I told you. I'll be honest, this might be the worst I've seen Georgia play. The run game is horrendous right now. Georgia can't run the ball. I mean, Auburn can't run the ball either, but nobody's running the ball on. What's Auburn averaging? 1.5 yards a carry or something like that? Georgia's run game a little out of sync too. Stetson Bennett's made some good plays, like I said. That one throw downfield, a wide receiver had beat his man by 10 yards. Stetson Bennett underthrew that ball so bad. There's stuff like that irritates me. I miss JT Daniels. We'd be so much better if we could get JT Daniels back, and George Pickens, and Arian Smith, and Dominic Blaylock, and Jermaine Burton, and Marcus Rosemary St. Jack. We don't have a single starting wide receiver available to play. I just don't understand what's going on with these wide receivers. We don't have a single starting wide receiver. We're out here again with the lad McHonkey, this walk-on white guy. Nothing against him. He's doing what he can. He's playing pretty well. But man, come on. These elite wide receivers, and they're all injured. Every single one of them. Brock Bowers having another pretty good game at tight end. Good to see Darnell Washington make a good catch today too. No Tyke Smith again today. These people, half Georgia's starting team is just permanently on a milk carton. It is frustrating. I don't know if we're ever going to get some of these people back. Who knows? Kirby will tell you their day-to-day. He'll still be telling you that 6 months from now. I'll see you after the game.